Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend's coworker that we're not married? I've been with boyfriend for about 5 years. We live together. He does not want to get married, which I'm fine with now, but it was a point of contention early on in our relationship. Boyfriend was talking to coworker on Zoom when I brought him some coffee. Coworker said something like, "So this is the lovely wife I've heard so much about." I said something like, "Thanks, but we're not married." He said, "Oh, boyfriend always calls you his wife," and then introduced himself. I introduced myself, then ended the conversation and left as quickly I could while still being polite because both boyfriend and coworker were giving me a weird vibe. A little while later, boyfriend came out of the office and asked, "What was that?" I didn't know what he meant, so I asked, "What was what?" Boyfriend then said that there was absolutely no need for me to correct coworker and that it's better if people think I'm his wife. I said I'm not his wife, I'm his girlfriend, and he never told me that he told other people that I'm his wife. This somehow becomes an argument, with my side being that boyfriend never told me that his co-workers think we're married, and boyfriend's side being that I should have figured that being called his wife indicated that co-worker thought I was his wife and I shouldn't have corrected him. And when I said I thought he just made an assumption, boyfriend said that wasn't the point. The point was that there was no need to correct him, that it was rude, and that it make boyfriend look like a dickhead. He then said that the solution to this is that when he next has a video call with coworker, he wants me to come in again, strike up a conversation, and say that I was messing with him, and that boyfriend is actually husband and us not being married is an inside joke I thought coworker was in on. I then said that was the dumbest fucking plan he'd ever come up with, and, no fucking way am I doing that, and he said I was being an asshole, that I got him into this, and now I have to bail him out. Am I the asshole? NTA. That is so shady and it feels like there is a lot more going on. If you're not married he doesn't get the perks and that includes calling you his wife.
Hell no, not the asshole. Why is he calling you his wife and he doesn't marry you? That seems kind of stupid.
Not the asshole. That would be the stupidest inside joke in history. If your boyfriend, I mean husband, is adamant in calling you his wife, why doesn't he propose lol considering your long history too?
Not the asshole. Boyfriend looked like a dickhead because boyfriend was being a dickhead. You didn't do that. If he doesn't want to be married, he should not tell people he's married. If he wants people to think he's married, he should get married, although I advise against that.
Not the asshole. He doesn't want to pay for a wedding then gets mad because you're not married and you tell people that you aren't, like WTF.
Not the asshole. You have every right to claim your relationship status. You shouldn't feel ashamed or need to lie about your relationship status. I don't know the culture you're in on why being married would be a benefit at work. But you don't owe him a cover-up.
Not the asshole. Here's the plan. Agree to go along with the inside joke. Wait for his next video meeting. Come in all giggly. "Hi guys. Sorry there was some confusion last time. Boyfriend isn't my husband because he refuses to marry me. Isn't that hilarious? Anyway, gotta go. Move out."
He doesn't want to get married, so you came to terms with that. Now he's mad that you won't pretend to be married. Weird dude. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole, and you should find out why this is so important to your boyfriend. I know a guy who also calls his girlfriend his wife, but they are together for so long and both know that it's only a matter of time until they marry, so they don't really care at this point. But your boyfriend seems to give a lot about this discussion and I honestly don't know what to think of that. Not the asshole. Your comment was not out of place. It also seems pretty damn bold of him to call you his wife after refusing to marry you. Also, his plan is the dumbest fucking plan I've ever heard. It's making my skin crawl just imagining being on the coworker's end of this weirdo scheme.
Not the asshole. He doesn't get to call you his wife when he's the one that didn't want to get married. He's doing it to save face.
Not the asshole. Your boyfriend made himself look like a dickhead by being one. A dumb one at that. His plan will make him look so much worse than he looks right now. Right now, you could just be one of those couples who don't want to get married on paper for whatever reason but still call each other husband-wife. Though I'm sure boyfriend's reaction messed that up and made it weird anyway. Tell him that it's not okay for him talk to you like this, and if he wants to tell people you're married he needs to buy you a ring and actually, get married.
Not the asshole. And #X200B. This is really weird. Op. It's not normal behavior. Why is he so against marrying you but so for other people thinking you are married to the point he wants you to lie about it? Does he care more about his co-workers' feelings being hurt, or about you, and if so, why? Sounds like he got himself into this misunderstanding, and he's blaming you and wanting you to fix it for him. Is this typical behavior for him, or is this out of the norm?
Not the asshole. It's simple. Tell him if he wants you to be called his wife, then put a ring on it. Not the asshole. The reality is after 5 years, his coworkers will start to think he has commitment issues. If he hasn't proposed, because of his inaction, will negatively impact his career. He knows this. So he lied. He lied, because it's easier for him to lie than tell the truth, that he does have something inside of him that he is afraid of. He doesn't have the strength to be honest. That's on him. You shouldn't lie for him in this instance, as he isn't being honest even with himself.
Is this guy 10 years old?
Not the asshole. This is super weird. Something else is going on here. He didn't want to marry you, now he wants to lie that you're his wife. Nope.
Not the asshole. If he wants to call you his wife, then he needs to marry you.
I'm not going to marry you, but I'm going to tell other people we're married. But I'm not going to tell you about it, so when they mention it, you'll be a deer in headlights, and if I get caught in my lie because you don't lie for me the way I want but have not instructed or prepared you to do, I'm gonna get real mad and then force you to backtrack so that I can save face, because I can't handle that I've been caught lying. Not the asshole. He's an adult. He wove his own tangled web and got stuck in it. It's not your job to untangle him. He needs to apologize to you. And if he ever lies about you again, he needs to let you know, but you still get to choose whether or not you are part of a lie, especially when it's a lie about an issue that used to really upset you.
Not the asshole. My partner of 8 years does this to me all the time, and I feel like I occasionally need to correct him because we are not in fact married. To me, it feels slightly possessive when both partners have not agreed to presenting themselves as married without actually being married.
Not the asshole. He got himself into this. If he wants you to be his wife publicly, he needs to put a ring on you.
Not the asshole. The boyfriend declines the commitment of marriage to you but represents himself as married where he works. I can't think of any reason or excuse for that lie that does not reflect poorly on your boyfriend. Avoid girls interested in dating him. Employers real religious and opposed to unmarried couples cohabiting. Tax fraud. What is your boyfriend playing at? NTA, your boyfriend is being a bit weird.
LMAO Jesus. Not the asshole, but do you really wanna be with this idiot?
Does he perhaps have an actual wife elsewhere?
I've been lying for no discernible reason, and if people find out, I'll look like an asshole, but I'm going to blame you because I'm a raging lunatic. Your boyfriend, essentially. You are not the asshole.
Not the asshole. Your boyfriend seems to have some reason. It's valuable for his coworkers to think he's married despite having no desire to actually be married. Probably a conversation that isn't done yet, but I wouldn't lie to his coworkers for him.
Not the asshole. In my state there are 3 prongs required for common law marriage: cohabitation, commingling of funds and presenting yourself as married. If he doesn't want to get married, then he shouldn't present the two of you as such. Not the asshole. I don't know what his issues with marriage are, but it's pretty shady to want to call you his wife but not actually commit to it. Even shadier that he wants you to be in on it, considering it was a point of contention in your relationship at one point.
Not the asshole. Sounds like he wants his cake and eat it too. Dudes love to say there are no benefits to being married for them, so that is what they say to not get married. Then they get older, and figure out differently. I guess your boyfriend just decided to lie to get those benefits.
Not the asshole. He doesn't want to get married but wants you to lie to his coworkers so he's not caught in his stupid lies. No, you didn't get him into this, he did. He's the one who lied to his coworkers to begin with.
Not the asshole. Don't be a liar like he is.
Not the asshole. Well, if you want to call someone your wife, you have to actually marry that person.
Not the asshole, and his reasoning for telling co-workers that you are married really needs to be flushed out. You mentioned that he was tired of co-workers asking when you will get married, but it isn't hard to say something like we aren't but we are partners. Does he get some type of perk if he is married? But if he is adamant about not getting married, he can't lie to his co-workers about it. If he wants to fix this, the best way would be to get married, not to have you lie like he wants. But at this point I wouldn't marry him. Anyway, something else is going on and I would be very suspicious of his reasoning for not getting married. Maybe even private detective suspicious. Good luck. Edit. Formatting. Not the asshole. Why is it so important for him to pretend being married, if he doesn't want to actually get married? What's the story behind that? It's very weird. Stand your ground. You are not rude by being honest.
Not the asshole. There are two ways for him to fix this. He can come clean to his coworkers and admit you two are not married, or the two of you can get married before his next meeting.
Not the asshole. I'd seriously have a long and serious chat with your boyfriend about this. It's very bizarre. Also, I don't know the ins and outs of your relationship, but are you certain that your boyfriend actually wants a long-term relationship with you? When he says he doesn't want to get married, does he really mean not to you? Also, you say you've accepted that he doesn't want to get married. I suspect from your post that this isn't something you're happy about. Are you actually truly happy with never marrying this man? Are you okay with the reasons he's given, if any? Is this a fair compromise? Some reflection is needed here.
Alternate solution: he marries you and makes it official. I can't believe his solution to getting caught in his lie was to double down with an even bigger lie. He doesn't get to have the social clout with his coworkers of being married while still refusing to actually get married. Not the asshole. This would also make me seriously reconsider the relationship if he still tries to make you out as the bad guy. I'd start disentangling my life from this person, but I know that is a very complicated process and I am just an internet stranger.
Not the asshole. Whatever the boyfriend's reasons were for lying to his coworker, the fact remains that he lied, and kept you in the dark about it. I'm curious why the boyfriend thinks he looks like a dickhead. Meaning, if he's okay with not being married, why is he not okay with people knowing he's not married?
Me thinks it's a good thing you aren't married.
Not the asshole, and please tell him that he does not get to call you his wife until you are his wife. He wants credit for something he hasn't done. That is especially unfair since earlier in the relationship you wanted to get married and he didn't.
Info. Does he wear a wedding ring at work? Not the asshole, but I am curious.
Not the asshole. Dude needs to stop saying girlfriend or wife and start saying partner. Then if his coworkers are curious for more, he can say, it's a long-term relationship but we're not married.
Not the asshole. BF made himself look like a dickhead. Is this really a relationship you want to be in? I know you said you're fine now with not getting married, but is that really true? If boyfriend wants the perks of being married, he needs to actually make the commitment. Look at it this way. He's fine with lying to his coworkers, and he's fine with lying to you and expecting you to lie to his coworkers to make him look better. He's using you and them to get something that you probably don't know about. And you dropped this location flag, location flag, location flag, location flag, location flag.
Not the asshole. Look, if he doesn't want to get married, then he can deal with the questions and labels that come with it. Why should you bear that burden when you are the one, I believe, who wanted to get married? FUQ man. And I say this as a woman who didn't really want to get married, but my husband really wanted to, and so I did it. But if he had agreed to live life my way, I wouldn't not have made him carry a pile of secrets and lies to hide my preferences. Regardless of how people view marriage, you will by and large get questions from people because it is the norm. According to society, this shouldn't be your issue to deal with. Not the asshole. Your boyfriend didn't want people questioning him on why he's been with someone for 5 years and isn't getting married. He likely didn't want people asking him if when you're getting married, so he decided to lie. The thing is, when you make a stance, you have to stand by it. If he doesn't want to get married, then he has to stand for that. You shouldn't have to lie and cover him because A, he's lying at all, B, he didn't clue you in, and C, because he's made the decision not to get married even though you wanted to.
Not the asshole. He lies, so now you have to also tell him he lies himself into this, so it's his problem.
Not the asshole. He doesn't want to get married, he doesn't get to call you his wife. And he definitely doesn't get to ask you to lie about it.
Not the asshole. He should have talked about this with you if he wanted you to act like his wife, and he has no right to be mad at you for just spontaneously telling the truth. Now to have you come in and blatantly lie about it is just plain assholery. He needs to get his head straight about that. Why would this annoy him to that extent? Something for him to think about. Not the asshole in every sense. For a guy who doesn't wants to be married, he sure make a really weird misunderstanding with his colleagues. It's a mess he made himself without preempting you on it. Then it's a mess he can jolly well clean up himself, to be fair.